Hello everyone. In this scenario, we're going to be taking a look at what I like to call the all-in furball. Basically, raged gamblers have succeeded at repelling us, trying to take over Nellis Air Force Base. They tried to send a little squadron of reconnaissance aircraft, which were able to intercept, barely, and shoot them down. And now they've managed to reactivate several more aircraft they're basically patrolling Las Vegas right now. So the good news is we've received some reinforcement aircraft from the north to try to help us out a little bit with the situation while everybody else is being rearmed and reloaded back at Creech Air Force Base. We've basically gotten two of each of the different aircraft that you normally would probably be encountering in DCS. So what I've also done is down on this side is I've gone ahead and released all these Russian aircraft. There's so many different years, so many different skill levels, and it's all pretty much a chaotic mess. So they're protecting Las Vegas directly. We're going to go ahead and use our aircraft to try to do as much damage as we can to them. So this should definitely be interesting, and it could be very, very one-sided. It might also be pretty balanced. And I'm more terrified of seeing this in DCS because I get the feeling in DCS it's just going to be a cluster truck, so to speak. But we'll do the best we can with what we have. So let's go ahead and get rolling. I'm going to go ahead and create myself a new area over Vegas. Go ahead and create myself a mission. I'm going to call it Air Patrol Patrol. We're going to go ahead and set this to Patrol, AAW. Looks good. Now we're going to go ahead and add all of our flying units. Go ahead and set them over here. Sure, it's going to lag for a second there. Yep. I actually like to set my station throttle to cruise, and I'm going to set my station altitude to about 18,000 feet because I want to make it so that they can kind of spy on their way in. Transit altitude, I'm actually going to leave alone. Let's see, I'm going to disable that. I'm going to disable that. I'm going to go ahead and set that. A mission, I'll make sure radar is active. I'm going to make sure OECM is active as well. And now we're pretty much ready to go. I'm going to go losses and expenditures real quickly here. Make sure this is completely empty. All right. So here we go. 16 against 16. All of the different aircraft that you'd expect. Of course, we unfortunately don't have a Sabre here, so I think I had to substitute something else for it, which is kind of a shame. We're using MiG-19s for that. Actually, that's not very fair. It should be MiGs, if anything. It should be 17s. Hang on just a second. Just a second. Yeah, that's not really fair. Go ahead and grab a couple of these. I'm pretty sure we can act some form of air-to-air weapons on this thing. Does anybody have? There we go, right there. Cool. We're going to pretend these guys are F-86s, even though we know they're not. Sabre flight. Put them back in the group. And we're now ready to go. We're going to be flying the Sabres, of course, when we do get to DCS. Play. So all the radars come flipping on. We'll go ahead and unmerge that because that's going to make me slightly insane. Make sure contact emissions are just the way we like it to be. Okay, looks good to me. I don't need to see that. It's good to me. I actually don't need to see this. This makes me slightly insane when I look at that. Okay, for some reason, they're all beaming Vegas. I'm kind of curious as to what this is about. Maybe they're all in each other's way or something like that. Okay, let's see what happens. So one thing that Command is going to do well, or maybe not well, I don't actually know, is have the ability to communicate information to different fighters. So in this particular case, wow, we have detected and identified every single aircraft over Vegas as soon as the F-18 got into position. Now, I'm not 100% sure if we have an F-18 in DCS. If we don't, we'll have to probably substitute it for Mirage or something along those lines. So it looks like our first two missiles are away. I'm guessing those are the F-14s. Yeah, exactly what I expected. So the poor people over here are probably now scrambling to try to intercept us. Looks like the first wave of AMRAAMs are coming off as well. I have some good old-fashioned F4s in there as well, and I'll kind of see if those Phantoms can do anything. Be very curious who this guy is right here. Okay, yeah, those guys are doomed. I'm expecting the MiG-31s to be extremely effective. You know, MiG-31s were basically designed for this. So we'll have to see exactly what happens. But I believe on the MiG-31, and don't quote me on this, but its primary weapon system basically is SARH, it's semi-active radar homing, which means he's going to have to keep pointing at us in order to guide those weapons. Oh man, imagine seeing this come for you. The most incredible thing is I'm guessing every single one of these with the exception of a couple. Oh, those are Sparrows. You know what? I take it back. I'm actually really impressed that they're using those particular weapons for this purpose. If I had to guess, I'm thinking the way the battle is going to go is the Russian aircraft are basically going to get slapped out of the sky, but Americans will probably lose 3. feel like that's fairly fair, especially because they have things like the Sukhoi 27, especially since they have that incredibly good MiG-31. Wow, this is chaos, and this is real time, by the way, in case you're curious. I'm guessing those all came from the MiG-31. Who's this? This is a Sukhoi 27. Sukhoi 27s pack some really nice modern firepower. Same thing with the MiG-29s if you can find them. And let's, okay, so the fireworks have begun, it looks like. Oh boy. Looks like those missiles are just going to track and land somewhere in the woods somewhere. Whatever you have as far as woods out by Vegas, I should say. Looks like those two missiles lost their track. This missile's chasing after somebody. Let me take a look real quick. Oh no, is it going to get him? Missed. That was an R40. Okay, that's what I thought. So it looks like the first wave is kind of done its thing here. Then we're going to get our first casualty right here. Oh, no good. So the missile spam continues, I guess. This is getting interesting. This is getting very, very dynamic here. There's quite just those interceptor aircraft are just incredible. If the Russians had more of those, you'd definitely be concerned because those just have excessive range. What's this right here? I'm guessing this is okay. MiG-29. That's what that is. MiG-29s, especially the new ones, are capable of packing the R-77, which is an incredible weapon system. Just an AIM-50. Nope, it's AIM-120. See what happens right here. Of course, if you can kill the guy illuminating you, you don't have to worry about his missile. Oh, splash. So it looks like so far the American missiles are just more lethal. The Russians are certainly more than capable of putting them into the sky, but they just don't seem to be having as much of an effect as they could. I'm guessing these are probably R4s or something like that. Where are these two guys left? Looks like the MiG-29Ss are still going strong here. Sukhoi 27 doesn't surprise me. All those guys are still going very, very strong, which is probably a good sign. These are probably R-77s, which could be very, very, very bad news, depending on who's receiving end. Let's see, we have a MiG-29 or the Sukhoi. Yeah, so basically all the nice fighters are the only ones that are left, which is kind of interesting because it goes to show you that maneuverability still counts. Who's this guy right here? Oh, boy. Let's see what happens. He's got nothing tracking on him right now. It's actually not the end of the world. These two missiles have just kind of gone wild into the woods, on into the desert. Guessing, who's this right here? This is Super Hornet. That is an amazing, amazing aircraft. Meanwhile, the F-18Cs are probably trying to zero in on this guy. Sukhoi 27s are flipping around here. Not going to here. These two up. What's this? AIM-54C. Oh, boy. So that's another one from the F-14. Oh, I missed this guy. A MiG-21. Ah, he lives. Shortly. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at what else we got here. So it looks like there's a Sukhoi 27 flying around still. Kind of doesn't surprise me because they have a good ECM package at the same time as they're tremendously maneuverable. Probably more maneuverable than really any of this, but this is really just an exercise in better communications control and IFF is really what it came down to. Speed up time for the last few seconds here. Oh, that guy's probably feeling extremely lucky. Disintegrated. Looks like he got a missile off at the last second, though. I wonder what this is. Nothing. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and check my losses and expenditures here. We lost a single F-86. That doesn't surprise me. I'm sure he got picked off by one of those long-range SARH missiles. Expenditures, tons of AMRAAMs. Going down here, they lost everything. Total expenditures, a lot of gas tanks apparently. Plenty of these, plenty of these, plenty of these. Very, very interesting engagement. All right, let's find out what happens as an F-86 in DCS. All right, here we are over in DCS. So we've basically gonna go ahead and do the same scenario we just did over there in command. I've had to make one little adjustment. I've actually traded out the F-18E for Mirage 2000, so hopefully that's a little bit more fair. So we're doing this in an F-86, which is probably not the best way to do it because we're probably going to get picked off by some extremely long-range air-to-air missile. So the first thing I'm going to try to do is get myself as low as possible and kind of hope there's some kind of target of opportunity out there that I could take a shot at. So let's go ahead and unpause, put this thing over, immediately engage the speed brakes, and start making my way down immediately. Let's just say I have a real bad feeling about this. So this particular aircraft, when you bring it up to supersonic speeds, it tends to have a little bit of difficulty controlling. It'll actually start to pull to one side or the other. I've got to get myself, I think that mountain's probably safe. Oh, the controls are getting really weird. Now, if this were a MiG-15, it would be much, 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 much worse. I'm actually liking that map a little bit better here. So basically what I'm going to try to do is hide for a second here, and then sneak my way back into Vegas. I know that the Russians don't have the best look-down radars, so hopefully we can get ourselves somewhere safe. Because I'm really concerned that I'm just going to get picked off by something long range that I didn't even know was out there. I'm going to pull myself up nice and gently. Alright, just gotta break line of sight for just a second here. Pop that forward again. Pull up a little bit of speed here, not too much. Right there. Alright, so we're going to kind of make our way back to Vegas. See a smoke trail over there. I don't know if that's for me, because again, no radar warning receiver makes things extra tricky. Wish I could see what's coming at me. This is not good. This is not good at all. Myself nice and low on the desert floor here. My eyes in the general direction of Vegas. It's out. I'm seeing the little black specks. I really wish I had a radar warning receiver right now. I see a small smoke trail there on the left. Probably make that out pretty clearly. Can't tell if it's tracking towards me or it's tracking towards them. Could be. I'm tricking myself nice and low here. Break that lock. Looks like the fireworks have already started. Good. Just a little bit. Leaving the track IR off today because I have a feeling that's just going to get chaotic. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That guy right there looks like he's tracking me. Let's hope he didn't fire a missile. And I'm safe. Okay. Alright. Let's test the guns. They work perfectly. Let's get ready to enter the fray. Right, just a little bit here. Good. I'm here. This thing is as low as possible. Get me easily. I'm at least gonna make it. Whoa! I think that was for somebody else though. Make it a little bit interesting for you guys. Alright, sneak our way up this way. I have no idea what could be dangerous and what could not. Hopefully my teammates are distracting them long enough for me to actually get a shot in. Let's go back around this way. Okay. Okay, dokie then. I have no idea where my friends are, I have no idea where my enemies are. I just know that there's a lot of stuff going on out there. Let me shut that off. Not any random air-to-air missiles. Stay behind. What happened? I got picked off and I'd never even know. Smoke trails there. Vegas proper is on my left. Gonna take a shot at? You'll see boom, and then I'll go falling out of the sky. Some buildings over there in that direction. I see a fire. Really see nothing here. At the very least, we'll be able to compare results when this is all done. Boy, I'd like to just be a silly target here. I see a fire down there. I'm going to assume that's where the action is. Here again, I want to watch that altitude. Okay, start hitting the biggest. Let's get one teeny tiny black speck. Kind of makes me wonder how during the Korean War they were able to even do these kind of engagements because of the fact that they would never ever even be able to see the guy until they're pretty much right on top of him. Definitely, whoa, something. Can't identify that. Parachute. Yeah, it's a parachute. Alright, sorry. Let's just go surface kind of missile weapons here. Something! Let's hit it. There we go. Just for a second. Hopefully it's not a missile or something like that. Just there just in case. Airspeed pretty high. We go. Looks like it could be falling. See? Let's go right now. Notice in command that we have like perfect view of all of this, so we just don't have a lot of these issues. But it's kind of neat to try it on your own as well. All right, let's go ahead and get our missiles ready. Switch it over to salvo mode. All right, we're good. All right, let's see what this guy is. Keep an eye out for any MiG-21s or something that decide to join me. There's another set of those guys. We will stop at some point that we don't encounter anything. It'd be nice if we see something. Behind me, when we're... I don't know what those guys are. Let's go split us. Black out just a little bit. There we are. Straight ahead. There we go. Keep an eye out behind me though. Those two are probably working each other over. Ah, shoot, where'd they go? I didn't. Something right there. What is it? What is it? Yeah, that's my teammate. Good to see you again, teammate. Oh, where'd it go? Behind me. Good to see my teammate's still alive. I have to go pursue whatever that vapor trail is, because I have no idea where those last two guys just went. One of those problems with Flight Simulator that they never quite get right is in the real world, honestly, you can just see better because you have more that you can see, you have a wider field of view. A lot of times you just kind of catch motion out of the side of your eye. Yeah, I honestly don't think we're going to get to even shoot. Oh, we got to test our guns at least. That was the proper reaction, by the way. Get the heck out of Dodge. I hate to say it, but I think the fight might already be over. Now, if you remember in command, basically the F-86, or I should say the chasers, the F-86 didn't really get a lot of action here. I just sort of flipped here. Nope. Those guys are up too high. They didn't bother me, so I'm not even going to bother them. Guess that's it. So what we'll have to do is take a very, very close look at the statistics page and kind of compare it to what we saw over command. Imagine an F-86 with ammunition. That'd be interesting. I'm guessing, call it a hunch, but it's probably an F-15 or something like that. Yeah, I have no idea. All right, let's go ahead and exit out and see what actually happened. Switch it to hit. So it looks like red team lost 14 out of 14. Blue team lost 2 out of 16. That doesn't make sense. I must have missed something somewhere. 2 out of 16, so we lost 2. Let's see what we lost. So it looks like the battle was opened up with the F-14s, raining death upon the poor MiG-29s. There was a MiG-23, a couple MiG-21s got hit, and then we got our first hit on an Oh, that's what did it. The R-33 tipped the F-5. Scrolling down here a little bit, we did some damage to Vegas. Sorry, Vegas. Coming down here, it looks like the MiG-31. This thing has just had a good day, whatever this MiG-31 is. That thing was amazing. It also picked off one of the F-18s, which is, that's kind of sad, not going to lie. Did a lot more damage to Vegas. Sorry, Vegas. Now, I'm really curious to see if anybody took a shot at me. So let's go ahead and see what happened here. So I'm looking for anybody on this side who says F-86 or something like that. Let's see here. Anybody take a shot at me? Let's do all. Say, nah, that's fine. Let's see here, F-86, 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 target, let's set it to me. Hey, nope. Apparently nobody took a shot at me, which is kind of lucky. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm sorry, I wish we had a little bit more action, but like I'm just trying to use all the different aircraft in the library to kind of see what happens. I think our next battle is going to be pretty much kind of the great battle that sort of ends everything over Vegas, and I have a pretty good idea of how to do that. Enjoy.